các bạn thấy làm gì không? Yes, I know that you are very smart and very and have a good memory. But I believe that when you write down, more idea will come to you. So you should write down. And when I look at your list, I can contribute my ideas to that. I cannot look at your mind and know what you are thinking in your mind. But if you write down in the sheet, I can see it, and I can give you more ideas. So there's a zero sheet and also pens, marker pens, right? If you want. Or if you don't want to share your entrepreneurial project with me, it's okay. I have no way to give you more ideas. Okay, I can see. How about online participants? Did you finish the worksheet here? Okay, so if you prefer to complete this worksheet in your mind, I will ask you, and I hope that you will share with us. So anyone here want to share? Because if you share, you can get more ideas from other people here. All of the very creative and smart minds in our classroom can contribute a lot of ideas to your entrepreneurial projects. Yes. But I was just thinking, what is big? It is what industry that you identify, and for each industry, what users and what application
I had two options. The first, um, two of us they had the same technology, yeah, VR, uh, AR, but AI and 3D modeling.
3D modeling.
Yeah, and AI. Yeah, and two options has same technology. I had option one is industry fiction technology. End user is local fiction brand. What the good UX form we offer digital fitting room is how you try glow visually before buying. Uh, Create a personalized fashion experience and styling options.
think about VR and to apply it in the fashion industry. Because an app, right? So then I'm on the worksheet here. What about the option two?
The option two is 3D modeling and avatar tech. End user is fashion designer and stylist. They when you the US for visualize fit on diverse body type and how they make a prototype faster.
B Z. C Z.
Think more about that. Think more about that, and maybe you can have other. For example, with VR trying on, your end users can be customer, and at that time you build an app, and everyone can will they download the app and then can use. But think about another industry, another end users that is online shops. Online shop they can buy your solutions, and because they buy your solutions, they can increase their competitive advantages over their competitors, and more customer will buy their products. Think a lot, but as long as we write down, we can have more ideas. We can spark on more ideas. Okay. So I hope that this worksheet can help your teams to generate more ideas, more opportunities. Thank you very much. Okay. Then after you identify the industry, maybe you have only one industry fashions, but you have some type of end users, so it's become a sub industry. Yeah, we can continue to use the characteristics to evaluate to assess your industry. So are your industry young or old? Young is better or old is better? Young, yes. If you say that, if you access your industry and you find out that this industry is young, good. Okay, the next thing is it early rather than late in the life cycle? uh, Early is better than late, right? But for each stages of the life cycles, we also develop some strategies to get the advantages of this stage. Is it fragmented or concentrated? Is it a growing or a shrinking industry? For example, fashions. I believe that is a growing industry because more and more people are interested in stylish clothes and their appearance. The next thing you can see is it a must-have products industry, or is it want to have product industry? Which one is better? If you sell the product and it's must have, you can sell more, right? You can sell more than want to have. So think about that and access on the industry, industry from this worksheet. Then you use these questions to ask again, and then you can access the attractiveness of your industry. Is it crowded? It means there are few or many competitors in this industry. Uh, does it have a high or low operating margins? And is it dependent on raw materials? So in some industry, we have to depend on raw materials, and if the price of raw materials increase, it will not good for your business. Okay, and this is the life cycles of industry life cycle. Life cycle, what does it mean? Life cycle. What is it in Vietnamese? Like us, right? We also have a life cycles. We was born, we grow up, we become adults, and also yes. But I don't want to continue with the next stage. But the same for industry. It also there's an introduction stage, then the growth stage, the mature stage, the decline stage, and some industry even disappear. You can see, and then you can use these life cycles to access your industry, to find out where your industry is, and if you can spot the right place of your industry. Here you can deeply understand that industry characteristics, and develop some strategy to cope with the weaknesses of the industry. For example, in the early stage of the industry, usually the growth is very slow. You need to educate your customer, right? They don't know about this is too new. This is too new. For example, smartphone, when they just introduced to the market, very few people know about it and buy the product. So the growth is slow, and the price is high. Um, then you need to invest a lot of resources in this, and there is a high risk, and you don't know if this can be a successful ventures or not. So if you find out that your industry is in this early stage, there is potential of risk, potential risk. So think about that. For example, VR is quite new to application. uh, um, you don't know if you are successful or not, because they are not another case for you to benchmark. And the next stage, that is the growth. If you join the industry when it's in a growth stage, so in this there is a rapidly increasing demand. You are the followers, you're not the leader of the industry. You are the follower. Maybe when you succeed, other competitor enter your market, your industry, and they will compete with you. Is there any VR try on app available in the market? Có chưa? Có rồi hả? Is there anyone know and anyone use the try on glow try on app VR using VR? It's not on the market. Ah, so maybe maybe I don't know because I haven't looked for information in this industry. So if you say so, maybe it's in the early stage. And if your industry is in a mature stage, so there is little or no growth, no more no more demand, no more customers, no more customers, and usually the of course. Because there are no more customers, so the competitors within that industry compete with each other mm, for a bigger market share, and the competition is very fierce here. So if you find out that your industry is in mature state, try try to think about the strategies that can help you to compete with other competitors. And the decline, how about the decline stage? Negative growth, high competition, and even there is no more demand or very little demand for your product. So what should you do at this time, at this stage? Okay, so I provide these tables. It can summarize the characteristics of some industry type and their relevant opportunities, and also some of the strategies, some of the examples uh, of some businesses that they exploit these opportunity. For example, in the emerging industry, the opportunity here is that you are the first mover. The first mover has advantage over others later players. For example, the motorbike. Now we have a lot of motorbike brand, right? Can you tell me some? Honda, Yamaha, hả? Toyota có xong không? We have many brands, but we usually call a motorbike a Honda. Is it? Đúng không? Có gọi là xe Honda, mặc dù là although you are riding Yamaha motorbike, but you say that I have a Honda. The same for ride hailing industry. We have a Grab, we have a Sun SM, we have Gojek. But when you want to travel using ride hailing service, you always say Grab, right? So that is the first mover advantage. You will become famous in the market, and when have a very good reputation. And if your market is fragmented, like there are many brands, but there is not big enough to dominate the industry. So the opportunities here is that you can consolidate these smaller brands and make it a big business to dominate the industry. Or in mature industry, um, because the competition is very fierce, and here you can focus on after sale service, or you can add innovation, or you can add something very special, like the case of Sun SMs. uh, the ride hailing industry matures with Grab, Gojek, Goviet a lot, but they enter the market, they enter the industry late, but they have very something special, unique, different from other competitors. What is it? They use electric motorbike and electric car, so that's why they can compete with other competitors, although the industry is in the mature stage. And for declining industry, in this case, you just focus on niche market, or try to harvest. For example, bookstore. Bookstore. Do you go to bookstore to buy book? Do you? Now we can buy book online, right? So we don't go to bookstore. and I believe that bookstore industry is in the declining stage. So what they can do, what they can do with the bookstore. Maybe they can focus on a niche market, like a very special book for very special customers. Some customer they still familiar with going to bookstore to read book to find book, and the numbers of the customer is not very big. So like bookstore boutique or something like that. Or you can transform the business model, incorporate the bookstore with a cafe or some, I don't know, but in this case you must be more innovative to reinvent the business model, or you just focus on a market niche, just a small numbers of customers. Okay, so let's use all the things that we have just discussed, and now we will analyze the fashion industry in Vietnam. Like because she wants to focus on fashion industry, right? So this is a good chance for us to analyze the fashion industry in Vietnam. Also, the same criteria. Is it young or old? Is it early or late? Is it fragmented or concentrated? Is it growing or shrinking? Must have or want to have? Competitor, crowded or not? Operating margin is high or low? And is it dependent on raw materials? Now I want together we will fill in this table, huh? Now let's search for information if you want before we work on this table together. Any team here is focused on fashion industry? Any team here, your team choose fashion industry, right? And how about other teams? Any teams here also choose fashion industry? Any? No? Only one? Oh, you have potential to win, huh? Because you know what coming. If you show that you really understand the industry, it would be a good point for you when you present to the judges. Only one industry, huh? How about the online participants? Is there any team um, also work with fashion industry? First thing, young or old? Young or old, everyone. Who say young, raise your hand. Okay, only one. Who say fashion industry in Vietnam is old, raise your hand. How about, thank you. How about other students? Còn các bạn khác thì sao các bạn? Fashion industry. Fashion industry is different from textile industry, okay? Hai này khác nhau không? Textile là gì? Textile industry and this is fashion industry. So fashion industry in Vietnam, is it young or old? In the past, do you think in the past Vietnamese people are interested in fashion and they work a lot on fashion and something like that? No, we just need clothes to wear, right? We don't care about fashion or style or something like that. And very recently, Vietnamese people pay more attention to fashion style. So I believe that this is young and evolving. It's not just young; it's young and it's growing, right? So I write out it's here, young. What is the opportunities we can have for a young market, a young industry? You have any ideas? Okay, we will talk about that later. Continue. Is it early or late in life cycle? Everyone, early, right? So, what in the life cycle? What stage is it? Introduction stage, growing stage, mature stage, declining stage. So, where? Growing, growing stage, right? This is in growth stage. I write it down here. Is it fragmented or concentrated? Is it fragmented? Who say fragmented? Raise your hand. Okay, thank you. Who say consolidated? Raise your hand. Concentrated? Raise your hand. Why you don't have no ideas? I have to ask the people who have no idea. What do you think in your mind? Okay. Fragmented or concentrated? Hỏi Nam thử coi biết không?
Um, I think it's fragmenting because I can see more and more local companies about fashion um, pu- putting their products into the markets.
Okay, I agree with you and some many students here. That is a fragmented industry because we have no dominant players in the industry. Can you name any big brand in the fashion industry? Fashion industry in Vietnam. Okay, we have also some foreign branch like H&M. What else? Zara, Uniqlo. Yes, more please. Dior. We don't talk about that. They say serve a very small numbers of very rich, wealthy people, huh? What else? Hồi nãy giờ không phải tên Việt Nam nào hết vậy? Hả? may công ty may 10, ok. Nhưng mà công ty may 10 là thường đồ chuyên dụng phải không, cho công an bộ đội vậy phải không? We should talk about fashion for normal people, okay. What else? Xích đồ, okay. Việt Tiến, yes. An Phước, right. Pierre Cardin, okay. What else? There's some, but no one dominate the market, and so we can say that is a fragmented, huh? And is it growing or shrinking? Growing, of course. More and more people are interested in fashion, right? So yes, and they buy clothes a lot. So growing, and the next thing must have or want to have. Want to have, right? If we don't have clothes, brain problem, you cannot die, right? Okay, so want to have, yes. And the next thing, competitors, crowded or not? Crowded. Not only local brands, but also foreign brands. Uniqlo is expanding a lot, right? So crowded, competitors. And if you enter in this industry, you have to compete with a lot of competitors. And next, operating margins, high or low? High. Why do you say that operating margin in this industry is high?
Um, if my thinking is right, I think the operating margins is where you can apply your products in. So yeah, I think that in fashion, like there are many, there are many people with a lot of styles. They have, like different, a kind of personality that affect in what they want to wear or in their demands. So I think that we can apply the fashion in yeah, many different kinds of people. So I think it's high.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Operating margins here is the cost of operation. And of course, in fashion, uh, we have to put a lot of monies in advertising, right? Advertising and something like that. So I believe that the operating margin is quite high in this industry. And the last one, it depends on raw materials or not. And the raw material is expensive in Vietnam. Is it expensive? The fabric in Vietnam, is it expensive? No, it's not expensive because we are the country who produce a lot of type of fabric, right? And we don't need to import it from another countries. So I think that quite cheap for raw materials. However, there is one thing that the high quality fabric, we lack the high quality fabric. So if we need high quality fabric, what do we have to do? We have to import from other countries, and in that case, the price will be very high. The price will be very high, very high. Okay, so you don't know how to write out it here. So for you can say that raw material for high quality fabric is high, and we have to import from other countries. Okay, so with all these characteristics, do you have any ideas for this industry? What do you think? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Do you have any recommendation, any opportunities you can recognize from analyzing this industry? The first thing is it growing, and the second thing is it fragmented. It means that there might be fragmented. What does it mean? For example, um, Zara and Uniqlo, and also H&M, maybe they the same. What is the target markets that they serve? Middle class, right? The middle class, okay. And how about the oil and some very luxury brand? They serve the very wealthy target market. And what else? You can find some market gap in this industry because it's a fragmented. Fragmented it means that this brand serve this market. This one serve this market. This one serve this market, and so there is a lot of gap in between. So what can be the gap here? What can be the gap here in fashion industry? And the competitor also very crowded, right? So if you enter the fashion industry, you have to find a market gap. One way that you can enter the market, this industry that's find a market gap for you, or you have to compete with Uniqlo, S&M, Zara, and also you have to compete with Lazada and Shopee, who sell a lot of fashion from China. So you have to find the market gap here. For example, there's some brand, they just focus on outside because that is the strength of Vietnam. So they produce outside and they sell to Vietnamese people and also the Vietnamese people who live abroad. Like that. So that is the market gap. Some uh, some brand they focus on green clothing because and sustainable clothing because now more and more young people concerned about the environment. That's it. So you have to find the gap in the market and focus on that. For example, if she want to cái này không phải fashion. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. One more thing that I think very relevant to her team ideas. That is because this is the growth stage and there are too many competitors in the fashion industry. So if any brand that have advantages over other competitors, they can compete effectively with other competitors. So VR try on VR try on application can be a very good idea for these for your brand, for your business to enter the industry to make your advantages over other competitors. Or now you can focus on personalized clothing, like I shared before. Because of fast fashion now we only have a standard clothes, but you can have a market niche when you focus on personalized clothes. Okay, another tools, and now I will introduce to you another tools. to analyze the industry to find out if it is attractive or not. That is the five forks model. Have you ever heard of this model before? The five forks model, five forces. The five fork model is developed by microbloggers, and it can help to decide if the market is profitable and attractive or not by using the five forces here. The first forces is the rivalry among existing competitors. So in the industry, you can identify the existing competitors. Like I tell you, in fashion industry, we have a Zara, H&M, Uniqlo, and some local brands such as Jody, Kunmet, right? What else? So they are, I think they are still not very good at doing branding, right? So we cannot recall any name, just Kunmet, Jody. Còn gì nữa? Okay, so the first force that is the rivalry among existing competitors. The next force that is the threat of new entrants. The threat of new entrants. What does it mean? That is the threat that new businesses will enter that industry, and if there's a lot of new business to enter the industry, is it good for you or not good for you? Is it good or not good, everyone? Có phải không tốt? Is it good or not good? Good, huh? if if it is very easy for other businesses to enter the industry, is it good or not good? I think it is good for startup. If you want to enter that industry, because it's easy for you to enter the industry, but it is not good for the existing competitors, existing players in that industry, because more and more people will join the industry. You have to cut the pie into many parts, right? The pie into many parts, so it's not good for the existing industry. So you can access if the threat of the new entrants in this industry is high or low. If it's low and you are a startup, it's easy for you to enter, but you have to prepare to compete with many other competitors once you join this industry. Okay, so um, you can the barriers to entry. Maybe there is some law or regulation that prevent some people, some entrepreneurs to enter into the industry. For example, in education industry, if you want to open an English center, is it easy for everyone, and can anyone open an English center? No, not everyone. Not everyone can. Even if you have a lot of money, not everyone can open an English center. There are some standards for the founders. For example, he or she must hold some certificate, right? And the next thing, the economies of scale. The economy of scale can also the barriers for new entrants. For example, you want to enter, like I said, she said that her coffee house, her coffee house can she can make sunscreen cream from coffee house, but I challenge her because if she try to produce sunscreen from coffee house, it will cost her a lot of money to invest in factories, right? But other brand like bây giờ kem chống nắng thì có gì? Anessa, what else? Many other brands, they have their own existing they have their own factories, and it costs them very little to produce sunscreen, and you just because they produce a large amount of sunscreen. But because she just entered the market, she doesn't have a lot of customers, so she can produce only a small amount of sunscreen. And when you produce a small amount of sunscreen, you also have you also have to invest in the whole factories with the whole equipment. I mean fixed cost. Fixed cost, and that's the reason why your cost of production will be very high, and that's why you cannot compete with your competitors. And because your competitors, they have a lot of customer, they produce a less amount of products, so they can gain economy of scale. Think about that. Everything you have to consider, everything to refine your entrepreneurial ideas. Also brand loyalty, especially in fashion industry. For example, I tend to loyal to Uniqlo. So if I have to change to other brands, will think a lot. And people and in an industry, if your customer tend to be loyal to some brand, if you enter in that industry, this will be difficult for you. The next thing is access to distribution channels. Access to distribution channel, the same. If you produce cosmetics, how can you sell your products? Where do you have any channels to deliver your products? Anessas, they have so they can put in supermarket, right? Some channel like that, but you cannot access to the channels. But nowadays, I believe that the channel is not the very big problems, because e-commerce is growing, and you can sell everything online, so it cannot be a problem anymore. Switching cost, government policy, like I tell you. How about switching cost? For example, if your customer switch to another brand, if they cost, does it cost them anything? If it really costs them some money or even some effort, they may stop thinking about switching to your brand, and they will be loyal to their existing brand. Can you share with me something that we consider switching cost? Any product, any service that there is a switching cost if we switch from one provider to another provider. Cái tên hả? Đi học. For example, in B2B market, we can see that in B2B market, if you try to sell something B2B, you have to they have their suppliers, and you want to compete with their suppliers, uh, and attract them to switch to you. Maybe they think that because they have a very long relationship with these suppliers, and the suppliers give them a lot of credit, they can pay later, something like that. And if they switch to you, you cannot give them these benefit, and that's why they don't want to switch to other supplier. So many things. For example, what Wi-Fi provider are you using at home? Huh? VNBT. And if now you want to switch to Viettel, what is the switching cost? The installation cost? Yes, 300,000 dong. I know, because I have just switched. So, so because you are afraid that it will cost you more, 300,000 Vietnam dong. So it can prevent you from switching from VNBT to Viettel. Understand? In the past, there no installation cost, so a lot of people switch from that and that, back and forth, and that's make this industry confusing or something like that. So now they have a new laws that the installation cost is 300,000 dong to prevent people, customer from switching to other providers. So if your industry also have this kind of switching costs, think about that because it's very difficult for you to enter. The next thing is the threat of substitute products. Substitute product. What does it mean? Yes.
So simply, when you go to eat, I don't need my. So when one is newspaper today, one thing company, tomorrow the company closed. So you have a substitute product is for
Yes.
movie or many that substitute product.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes, if your industry have a lot of substitute like what he said, you sell bánh mì, but people can choose phở or xôi or hủ tiếu, so it can be more difficult for you because the number of customers is the same, the numbers of people who want to eat breakfast is the same, but now you have to divide into many other substitute, right? So if your industry have a lot of substitute, it's also not attractive. Like sunscreen, they have a lot of choice, right? Next, so you look at the numbers of substitute products available, and um, and you look at buyer propensity to substitute or the price. For example, bánh mì on the phở is the substitute for bánh mì, but bánh mì is just 15,000 Vietnam đồng, while phở is 45,000 Vietnam đồng. So it can be a good advantage for bánh mì, for example. The next thing is the bargaining powers of suppliers. Nhóm này làm đây nhóm này làm coffee host. The coffee host, so who is the suppliers of her business? The coffee factories. Is there any many coffee factories? Is there a lot of factory like that? Okay, if there's a lot of factories, coffee processing factories, and they are willing to sell the coffee house to her company, so it is okay. But if the number of the providers is very few, very so she has to rely on the providers, and if the providers doesn't like her, don't want to do business with her, can be a big problem. So if the industry have a lot of providers, good. And if it have very few providers, raw material providers, so it's not good. It's not attractive. So try to choose the right industry for your entrepreneurial ideas, okay? The next thing that is, ủa, hết rồi phải không? Bargaining powers of buyers. Okay, this is a very important force for any startup entrepreneurs. If you choose a market where the customer have a high power over you, they can negotiate with you for lower price and higher qualities, and this is not very good. Not very good. So think about this. Like her case, she have a two type of customer. The first type of customer, if she produce sunscreen, her customer is everyone here, right? Everyone. Do you have high power over her? Yes, maybe, right? Because you have a lot of substitutes, but not many high, but not higher than if she choose B2B customer. She doesn't sell sunscreen. uh, cream, but she sells chemical that she from extract from the coffee house, and then she sells to B2B, so that the company can make the products that need these raw chemicals. And in this case, is the power of the customer is very high, right? They can negotiate with her because they have many others suppliers. Is there any people supply the same with you? Your chemical from coffee house? Uh, they're not, but they have a substitute, right? They have a substitute. So in that case, they have a high power over you. So think about the number of customer, the size of each customer orders, and difference between competitor price sensitivities. Which one people you are usually sensitive, price sensitive to? Ví dụ ngành nào thì người ta very sensitive to price. Oil and gas? No. You have no other choice. So although the price is increasing, you have to use it. So you are not sensitive to oil and gas price.
Smartphone industry.
Huh?
Smartphone industry.
Smartphone industry. It is high. No, I don't think so, because the price of iPhone is very high, but a lot of people still buy it. The how price sensitive, it means that if the price increase just a little bit, it will decrease the demand of the customer. Not many customer will buy it anymore. Okay. Education, is it price sensitive industry? No. No, the tuition fee double, but you still choose to study at a higher education, right? Các bạn phát biểu online, yes. Bạn phát biểu gì vậy? You can, if you want to share your ideas, you can unmute your mic and share with us, please. Không, mấy bạn phải mở chứ. Các bạn tự mở được mà. Em nói đi, bạn đó là bạn nào? Em nói, đó. JC hả? JC Nguyễn, are you there? You want to say something? Hello, JC Nguyễn. Chắc các bạn nhầm không? Bấm lộn á. Ngành nào các bạn, ngành nào thì sensitive, price sensitive? Food, food and drinks. Food and drinks. F&B maybe, huh? F&B. Some restaurant, if they increase the price, you will stop going to that restaurant, okay? F&B. What else? Consumer goods. If it's increase the price, you can switch to their competitors. You won't be loyal to that brand. Consumer goods, F&B, even ride-hailing service. Ride-hailing service. If you book Grab and you compare the price and you find out that the price of Grab is higher than the price of Sun SM, you will switch to Sun SM. Okay, so in the industry where there is no loyalty, no customer loyalties, usually they are very sensitive to price. Okay, so you can use the five forks model here to analyze your industry and after consider all the aspects of the five forces, you can summarize your analysis in this table. Is it low, medium, or high? Your forces, is it low, medium, or high? And then you can decide what you can do in the industry. Okay, we can have a break now, and if you find this table useful, you can discuss with your team members to work on this table. We will have a break up to 15 minutes.
xăm như vậy ta?
Next step today and this bootcamp trainings. Uh, for example, hello clever.
So look at the example over there. Are there customers for seal fur coats? Fur coats made out of seals. Seals are those big fat sea lions which are in the oceans. So is there a market for that? Many parts of the world, if you go to a hot country, they'll say no. We are a very hot country. The average temperature here is 25 degrees. We don't need seal fur coats. But if you go into Greenland, which is covered in snow almost the entire year, for them, seal fur coats, there's a huge market. Everyone in Greenland wants to buy a seal fur coat. As opposed to if you want to sell the seal fur coat in a country like Saudi Arabia, which is very hot, or in Middle East, Dubai, Qatar, Sharjah, those are very hot countries. In hot countries, there is no market for seal fur coats. In colder countries like Greenland, Iceland, where it's covered in snow for most of the time, there is a market for seal fur coat. So you need to understand that's the investigation that's trying to understand the marketability. So if you're trying to sell a seal fur coat in a hot country, you won't have any success. But if you're trying to sell it in a cold country, you will have a success. So if there is a potential market, I as a marketer or a seller, how I can tap into that market. So come bringing in all of it.
Okay, back to our lessons. And now we also use the five force model to assess the fashion industry again. Uh, I just want to demonstrate how can we use the model to analyze the industry. So let's talk about the traits of okay, we will start with the rivalry among existing firms in fashion industry. Do you think it's in low or medium or high? Everyone? High, because there's a lot of competitors in this field, right? So high, and we tick it here. Okay. Here. Yes. How about? Oh, sorry. We are talking about rivalry among existing. Okay. So how about the choice of substitutes? How is it easy for new ventures to enter the fashion industry? Quite easy, right? So it's like medium and high, from medium to high. Okay. Rest of new entrants. How about the bargaining powers of suppliers? The fabric suppliers. Even you don't have the factories, you can contract with some factories to produce the clothes for you. Many. Ở Việt Nam là nhiều gia công lắm đúng không? Nhiều công ty gia công. So, lower high or medium? Low. Bargaining power of supplier is low. But there's some, like I said to you before, with some very high quality fabrics, we need to import from other countries. And in this case, their powers is very high. If they increase the price, we have no way to switch to other suppliers because it's quite difficult to find the right suppliers. So I believe that this one is from low to high. And how about the bargaining powers of the buyers, lower, high, or medium? Medium? You think medium? For example, if you don't like H&M, do you have others? Is it easy for them to switch to other brand? Are you loyal to any fashion brand? No, especially the youngs in Vietnam, right? It's very easy for them to switch to other brands. So their power of their power is very high, I believe. And the last one, choice of substitutes. High too, huh? So is it an attractive industry, fashion industry? After you look at the table here, what do you think? The only things that is that interesting here is the bargaining power of supplier, and every other thing is not interesting at all, attractive at all. So if you join in this industry, prepare to compete, uh, prepare yourself, huh? Be well prepared. Okay, I believe that you are quite tired today. This is the first day, and you have to stay with me from the morning until now. Are you tired? Okay, I promise that we will stop early so that you can go home and refresh, because we will have a whole day tomorrow. And tomorrow we will have a lot of things to share. So I have only two more slides to share with you, and then we will stop early today. So how do we use the five fox model, the five fox model? You ask yourself that is the interest you after analyze using the five force model to analyze every aspect of this five force model. You ask yourself, is this industry a really realistic place for a new ventures? If no, you reconsider your ventures. And if it is yes, you continue to ask the next three questions. Are there any areas in which we can avoid or diminish the factors that suppress industry profitabilities? Or is there any unique position in which in the industry that avoid or diminishes the factors that suppress the industry profitabilities? And or is there any superior business model? Super real business model. For example, in fashion industry, it's not very interesting at all. However, you can think about other business model, like instead of selling fashion product, you can rent. You can rent a very luxury fashion product. Think about that. Or for example, I see some very successful fashion model in some countries. For example, when you go traveling to another places, you have to carry too many cases containing your clothes, shoes, bags, and everything, right? But you can think about providing a service like renting clothes. When they, for example, when they go to Nha Trang, you can send a suitcase with all the clothes they need to themselves. They don't need to carry anything. That, that sort of things. Or another thing is about now fast fashion. Fast fashion is there's so many problem with fast fashion. You will reinvent a business model. Think about the slow fashion or sustainable fashion or green fashion. Think about that. Okay. So that's the way we answer the three questions here. And if you can say yes to, so it is a profitable industry. But if your answer is still no, you should think about another business, another ideas. Okay. And the last one, okay, we talk about opportunity recognition. We talk about how to analyze the industry. And the last topic today is how to analyze your target market. And okay, how to analyze your target market. And like I said, when you choose, yeah, when you can choose an industry for you, you continue with this worksheet, and I believe that it can help you to find out the right target market for yourself. You start with the first column. You list on the users. For example, you use fashion industry. You can list the users here. Um, Young people, elderly, urban people, many here. Then you ask, you answers the questions here. Is your target customer well funded? Do they have the money to buy your products or not? Okay, and you rate these areas. The next thing that is your target customer readily accessible to Salesforce. Is it easy to approach your customers? If you want to buy product to government, is it easy? No. And also B2B. How can you sell your products to business? Who will buy your products? You don't know. Who is the this who will decide, who will pay, who will make requirements. You need to know all the people involved in the purchasing process, and you persuade them one by one. So it would be very difficult. In this case, access the customer is too difficult. Like your equipment, huh? About and monitor, huh? Yeah, if you sell to household, it can be easier for you to approach the households. But if you sell to companies, it's quite difficult for you to approach your customers. The next question you can ask is that, can you deliver the whole product, or can you just deliver a part of the product, and you have to partner with someone else, some other businesses to make the whole product? Is there the entrance competition? Is the competition in this market very fierce? And can you leverage this segment to enter others? For example, you choose this segment first and you enter in other segment. It would be easier for you. Like the case of Omni Labs, they start with the segment of elderly who live at home, and then they transfer to healthcare, education. The next thing, is it consistent with your values, your passion and your goals of your teams? Because if you have to do something which is very different from your values, it could be difficult for your team members to be passionate about your business. So you need to choose the market that all the team members find it passionate. Okay. Okay, and then you after you rate, you can rate from 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. It depends on the teams, and then you rank the market, and then that's where you can find the final market for your products, for your business. Okay. So that is all the thing I share with you today. And after, I hope that with all the tools and techniques, we will come to the final stage here. Choose the right target market for your business. Any questions, everyone? Too tired, huh? Okay, if you have no more questions, we will stop here today early than our plans, and see you tomorrow. And I promise that tomorrow we will learn how to design our product that meet the needs of the customers, how to do marketing so that you can approach your customer, and something like that. So see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming today. And yeah, and thank you the online participants. Hope to see you all tomorrow.